Cold and dark. Parking brake. Set. Chocks. Removed. Gear handle. Down. Speed brakes. Down. Flaps. Up. Manual gear access door. Closed. Battery. On and guarded. Standby power. Auto and guarded. Generator disconnects. Guarded. Bus transfer. Auto and guarded. Ground power. On. IRS selectors. NAV. ELT. Off and guarded. LE devices. Tested. Interphone. Off. EEC. On and guarded. Passenger oxygen. Normal and guarded. Gear lights. 3 green. Mach warning 1. Tested. Mach warning 2. Tested. Flight leg. Started. Aircraft model and NAV data. Verified. Time. Verified. Airport and IRS position. Entered. Departure and destination. Entered. Flight number. Entered. Route. Entered and active. Terminal runways and procedures.
Zhuangzhou ground, Zulu Bravo 738, radio check.
Zulu Bravo 738, reading you 5.
Zhuangzhou ground, Zulu Bravo 738, request IFR clearance to Kimhae International.
Zulu Bravo 738, Jeju International clears. Cleared to Kimhae International, routing direct. Maintain flight level 210, squawk 3102.
Cleared IFR to Kimhae International routing direct. Maintain flight level 210, squawk 3102, Zulu Bravo 738.
Zulu Bravo 738, read back correct.
Entered and active. Route. Verified. Discontinuities. Resolved. Init ref column 1. Complete. Init ref column 2. Complete. Fuel quantity. Verified sufficient. Speed and altitude restrictions. Verified. Average cruise wind. Entered. OAT. Entered. Takeoff and climb thrust. Set. Runway wind. Entered. Runway slope and heading. Entered. Takeoff flaps. Entered. CG. Verified. Trim. Noted and set. V speeds. Set. Forecast descent winds. Entered. ISA deviation and QNH. Entered. IRS. Aligned. Alternate flaps. Off. Yaw damper. On. VHF-NAV transfer. Normal. IRS transfer. Normal. FMC transfer. Normal. Display source. Auto. Display control panel. Normal. Crossfeed. Closed. Fuel pumps. Off. Fire control fault INOP. Tested. Overheat fire. Tested. Master caution. Reset. Extinguisher 1 test. 3 green. Extinguisher 2 test. 3 green. Cabin utility power. On. IFE passenger seat power. On. APU. Start. APU EGT. Stable. APU generators. On. Ground power. Disconnected. Equipment cooling. Normal. Exit lights. Armed and guarded. Chimes. On. Fasten belts. On. Wipers. Parked. Window heat. Tested and on. Probe heat. Off. Wing anti-ice. Off. Engine anti-ice. Off. Engine hydraulic pumps. On. Electric hydraulic pumps. Off. Air temperature source. Forward PAX cabin. Trim air. On. Air temp selectors. Auto. Recirculation fans. Auto. PAX. Auto. Isolation valve. Open. Engine bleeds. On. APU bleed. On. Cruise altitude. Set. Landing altitude. Set. Pressurization selector. Auto. Landing lights. Off. Turn off lights. Off. Taxi lights. Off. Ignition select. Left or right. Engine start selectors. Auto. Anti-collision light. Off. Position light. Steady. Other lights as required. Courses. Set. Flight directors. On. Autopilot bank angle. 25 degrees. Autopilot disengage bar. Up. Reference altitude. Set. Flight path vector. On. Mode. Map. VOR and ADF selectors set. Center and range selectors set. Traffic as required. Weather radar. Off. Master lights. Tested. Flap inhibit. Guarded. Gear inhibit. Guarded. Terrain inhibit. Guarded. RAAS inhibit. Guarded. Gear lever. Down. Auto brake. RTO. N1 set. Auto. Speed reference. Auto. Fuel flow. Reset then rate. Cargo fire test. Complete. Master caution. Reset. VHF radios. Set. Transponder. Standby. Set CDU pages as desired. N1 bugs. Verified. Auto throttle. Armed. IAS Mach speed. Set V2. LNAV or heading select. Armed. VNAV. Armed. Initial heading and altitude. Set. Cockpit briefings. Complete. Push and start clearance. Granted. Welcome briefing. Completed. Left and right fuel pumps. On. Center fuel pumps. Set. Electric hydraulic pump A. Off. Electric hydraulic pump B. On. Anti-collision lights. On. Stab trim. Verified. Aileron and rudder trims. Neutral. Pushback.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Planned and requested. Parking brake. Set. Shocks. Removed. Transponder. Altitude off. Packs. Off. Verify flight controls free and correct. Tow.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted.
Connected.
Release parking brake.
Release parking brake on command. Released.
Starting
Elapsed
pushback,
timer.
and you may start engines.
Started. Note out time. Start engine 2. Starting. Number 2 and 2. Approaching 25%. Fuel control. Idle. Engine 2. Stable idle. Start engine 1. Starting. Number 1 and 2.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow.
Approaching
Stand by.
25%. Fuel control. Idle. Engine 1. Stable idle. Electric hydraulic pump A. On. Engine generators. On. Probe heat. On. TAD test. Tested. Anti-ice as required.
Tow is disconnected
Pass.
and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Auto. Isolation valve. Auto. Pressurization. Auto. APU bleed. Off. APU. Off. Start switches. Continuous. Flaps. Set for takeoff. Taxi clearance. Granted.
Join
Taxi
sail
lights.
ground. Zulu Bravo 738. Taxiing for
On.
departure.
Turn off lights.
738. Runway 19. Taxi via Bravo. Hold
On.
short of runway 19.
Parking brake.
Runway 19er. Taxi via Bravo. Hold short of runway 19er. 738.
Released. Start taxi. Rolling. Brake test. Check.